On December 3, 2024, at approximately 1:52 p.m. GMT, South Korean President Yoon Yeol dropped a political bombshell, declaring emergency martial law faster than you can say democracy who. Yoon, a former prosecutor turned politician, rode into office in 2022 on a wave of anti-corruption promises. Meow, he's trading his gavel for a general's hat faster than you can say checks and balances. In a televised address that had viewers checking their calendars to make sure it wasn't April Fool's Day, Yoon proclaimed, "To safeguard a liberal South Korea from the threats posed by North Korea's communist forces and to eliminate anti-state elements, I hereby declare emergency martial law, because nothing says liberal democracy quite like suspending civil liberties, right?" But let's rewind a bit and look at what's got Yoon's whiskers in a twist. Just this October, North Korea decided to play connect the dots with missiles in the Sea of Japan, launching a series of short-range ballistic missiles that had everyone from Seoul to Tokyo checking their insurance policies. It seems Kim Jong-un's idea of a friendly game of darts involves ICBMs and a map of his neighbours. And that's not all, folks. Back in September, South Korea cranked up its terrorism alert to yikes levels, citing an increased risk of North Korean attacks on diplomats, because apparently Kim Jong-un's idea of international relations involves less handshaking and more hand grenading. Let's not forget July's military pageantry when North Korea conducted drills simulating a nuclear strike on South Korea. Nothing says neighbourly love quite like practicing to vaporise the folks next door, right? It's like a never-ending game of anything you can do, I can do nuclear. North Korea launches a missile. South Korea runs a military drill. North Korea simulates an attack. South Korea declares martial law. What's next? A dance-off at the 38th parallel. Yoon's been playing political twister with an opposition-controlled parliament since he took office. Meow, he's decided to flip the board entirely, accusing the opposition of being more pro-Pyongyang than a Kim Jong-un fan club. With martial law in place, South Koreans might find their civil liberties going on an unexpected vacation. Free speech? That's so last season. Right to assembly? Please disperse. Democracy? We'll get back to you on that one. On the streets of Seoul, the mood is more mixed than a K-pop group's hairstyles. Half the country's cheering like it's the World Cup final, while the other half's screaming foul play, louder than a ref at a rigged football match. As one confused Ajuma put it, "I thought we were supposed to be afraid of the North, not our own government. Did I miss a memo?" For those of you who slept through history class, South Korea's no stranger to martial law. It's like that ex who keeps coming back, unwanted, but somehow always finding a way through the door. The last time martial law came knocking, it overstayed its welcome for nearly 2 decades. Let's hope this time it's more of a weekend getaway than an extended vacation. Meanwhile, the US is probably dusting off its How to Handle Allies Who've Gone Off the Deep End manual. Chapter 1. Pretend everything's fine and increase sales of democracy-flavoured freedom fries. The UN's likely drafting a strongly worded letter as we speak. That'll show 'em. Nothing says, "Hey, cool it with the authoritarianism," like a sternly worded memo. The South Korean one is shaking in its boots, probably planning its escape to a nice, quiet Swiss bank account as we speak. Nothing says stable economy quite like a surprise serving of martial law, right? Global markets are reacting like a squirrel on espresso, with stocks bouncing up and down faster than a politician's approval ratings during a scandal. The opposition's screaming dictatorship louder than a teenager who's just had their phone confiscated. They're planning protests so big even the pigeons are RSVPing. Opposition leader Lee Jae-myung warned that this declaration could lead to a perfect dictatorship. Because imperfect dictatorships are so 2023, am I right? Next up on Yoon's to-do list, renaming the Blue House to Fort Super Democracy and replacing the national anthem with "It's my party, I can cry if I want to." At this rate, the DMZ might have to be extended southward. Coming soon, the democratically challenged zone, now with 100% more irony. This whole situation is messier than a 3-legged cat trying to bury its business on a marble floor. On one side, we've got North Korea playing missile Jenga, and on the other, South Korea's government playing political twister. It's like watching a high-stakes game of Simon Says, where the president yells, "Simon Says shut it all down," and everyone suddenly loses their freedom to talk back. But wait, there's more, in a twist that would make even the most dramatic K-drama writer blush. Yoon's martial law declaration comes with a side of economic chaos. The South Korean economy, once purring like a well-fed cat, is meow hissing and arching its back. Experts predict a sharp decline in foreign investment because nothing says invest here quite like a country where the constitution is treated like a suggestion. And let's not forget the potential for cyber warfare. In this high-tech age, we might see the world's first Twitter war. #WorldWarTweet, anyone? South Korea's military is on higher alert than a cat who's just heard a can opener. They're probably practicing their surprised face for when North Korea inevitably does something provocative next Tuesday at 2 p.m. So there you have it, my friends. South Korea's taking a brief vacation from democracy, North Korea's playing missile Jenga, and the rest of the world's watching with a mix of horror and morbid fascination. Just another day on the Korean peninsula. If you're enjoying this rollercoaster ride through the land of political absurdity, don't forget to smash that like button harder than Yoon's smashing democratic norms. Subscribe for more updates on this unfolding disaster. Situation. Who knows? Maybe next week we'll be reporting on Kim Jong-un's new career as a K-pop idol. Stranger things have happened after all. That's all for Meow. I'm Ron De Parmesan, reporting for Newscats.